Now we will discuss the two ball-shaped points. The small ball is tip I, and we're going to take it and you moisten it, and you can use this for making nostrils. Notice how I went in and made the nostrils like that. It also can be used in any area where you need to deepen an impression. If you like doing the Intalico eye effects, you can take it and go right in the center of the eye to create a depression which will represent the iris. That's either something you like doing or you don't. If you're using this for doing a head in porcelain, impressing the center will allow you to easier paint the eyes, and then if you use a gloss glaze over the painted eyes, you get a real three-dimensional effect. The second one is the H point. This is your bigger ball. It's used the same way. If you rotate it, and here I'm shown rotating right under the top of the lip, all around the corners. If you rotate it, you don't get quite such a circular effect. You still get a rounded depression, but by rotating it back and forth, you can change that from a simple impression to an elongated oval, whatever you require for the purposes. Here I'm shown using it at the very corners, and I'm rounding it and rotating it because I want to represent the depression that is formed where the two lips are. Okay, if you look at your own face, those don't quite meet on the same plane. There's a depression there, like you had two circular tubes that were put together. And for any time that you want a rounded effect and the area is extremely tight and it's hard to get in there with a big tool, both of the ball points are very useful. Okay, there we go. All the other points are variations of a scoop. You have a variety of sizes because these are all meant to impress fingernail nail beds. It says you might find them useful for other purposes, but this is essentially what they were designed to do. And you have different sizes so that you can do large fingernails, small fingernails, and medium fingernails. Here, I've rolled out with my fingers an elongated cylinder, and I will show you how to use the nail bed. And like I said, any of the other tips, they all look the same. They're a scooped out shovel-like shape, and you simply choose the one that's the right size for the hand you're doing. So for this one, I'm using the J. You take it, you rotate it so that the tip of the point makes the deepest impression. And if you look at my thumbnail here, that's really all you need to do to make the tip of the fingernail, where it distends past the rest of the finger. You just turn your tool and you take the tip and you impress the tip underneath the top of the fingernail so that your tool rolls down the fleshy part of the finger. And once you've made that impression, you go back on top and you rotate down. I don't know if you can tell, this is not the world's sharpest camera, but now you have a definite shallow indentation right under the fingernail. So for anything but long glamour fingernails, this is what you want to do. To do a long glamour fingernail, you start off this way. Go ahead and do a half partial cook on the fingers, and then roll out a very thin sheet of polymer clay. I prefer to use the Fimo translucent white and add like a French nail to just the very tip and recure the polymer. I have tried adding that to the polymer without doing the preliminary cure between the segments, and I simply haven't had much luck with it. I end up messing up what I've already established rather than adding the tip of the fingernail. But if I do a partial cure, then do the very tip of the glamour fingernail and recure the polymer, I get the results I'm looking for. I hope you enjoyed class.